How's everybody doing? Well, I want to be sure today to enjoy what I just hauled. And so I'm going to. And that was my new IT brushes. It's two different sets. One that came in this beautiful silver and one that came in this beautiful pouch. And they both have shimmery. One's kind of a rosy gold and one's just a clear silver, and they go together just fine. That's what the bottoms look like. But they're good brushes. They're nice and clean and ready to go now. And so let's use some of this stuff, y'all. Okay, the other thing that I got was this palette. It's the It Girl palette. It's very sparkly. And this is the colors. I'll do it upside down so the mirror in your face. Because they're shiny, it shows my lights and flashes you, so I'm sorry about that. I'll try to angle it different ways so that you can just kind of see it. And it's really some great colors. So today, should I go shimmer or should I go, you know, I always go to the highlight, the transition, and the dark matte. And then I usually put one of the shimmers on my lid. I'm going over here today. I'm going to cooler tones. Still highlight, transition, and crease, and on my lid. But I'm going to go with these cooler tones. These are warmer browns. These are brown with a bit of a rose undertone. So that's what I'm going for today. And to dust all over my eye, let's see what I'm going to use. What I have to pick from. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is use this blender brush. Okay, they don't have names, do they? Oh, yeah, Dazzling Crease. Hello. So I guess I want Chic Shadow Brush. And I bet this is another Stunning Eyeshadow Brush. Okay, I'm going to use this Chic Shadow Brush. And I'm going to use this top color right here. And it is matte, it looks like. And I am going to go over not only underneath my brow, but just my whole lid area. In particular, the inner corner right here. Can y'all see good? How are y'all doing? How y'all doing? Did you see the smoke just come up from my coffee? I guess that would technically be steam. Look, it's a bluebird today. I just said bluebird and spit went everywhere. Our coffee overage. Okay. The good thing to do with your brushes if you don't wash them daily, and nobody does, I guess you should, I don't know that you should, is pick a brush that you're going to use for a certain focus and stick with that. Remember, I always bring a little bit of the lighter color out here to kind of brighten up back here so that when you look at me, there's a brighter color back there. And basically, look at the difference. There's almost none because it is my skin color, but you want that. You want a, use the tip in to get my bangs out of the way. You want a color wash that's just your skin tone to be kind of a base. And what does the base do? Well, first of all, it's a lighter color, so it's highlighting under that brow, and it's also covering up the veins on my eye. And, also, because it's lighter, I'm putting it in the inner corner a lot, which will wake that up. And then I go out past the eye here. But what this also does is give a nice powdery finish to the area so that when you come over with darker colors that you don't want to drag, they won't. Because you've got the nice powdery kind of foundation down first. So I am going to go next to this color, which it's called Darling. And by the way, the other color right there was called Eye Foundation. So it's two different colors, but there's foundation for each one. And so this is going to be my crease color. It's just a shade darker, and it's just going to kind of give some, I'm sorry, not my true creases down here. I'm talking about between the brow and the crease, which is your kind of transition area. So that's that. Whoops, almost didn't do both eyes. Am I in a hurry or what? And usually I do start on the outer because wherever you put down is where you're going to get the most color, y'all. And you want the outer area to get the most color for the everyday look. Now there are some looks you can do where you have here and here dark. But that is for a very dressy occasion, in my opinion. Okay, now we're going to use the crease brush. It does say Dazzling Crease, and this is part of the silver. This is why I had to get both. I wonder if they did that on purpose. But anyway, and so this is called Brilliant, and it's the darker color right there. And I'm going to roll the brush in that just because it is a dome brush. It's not flat, and I want to make sure it gets all in those little hairs. And I'm going to tap that off real good since it is very dark, starting on the outer. And I don't go back and forth swishing very quickly. I want this placed very specifically, and so I'm going kind of slowly. And that's exactly where I want it. Exactly where I want it. And so now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. There's some fallout. I've just learned that fallout's part of any palette, y'all, just because you've got little brush hairs digging up these powders, and so you're going to have fallout. Now, the creamier it is, the less fallout you have, and there is a little bit more blendability. And as you can see, this has got excellent blendability. Now, I'm also going to come out and in on this outer area, just to kind of round out that color. Sort of like making an outer V. At least if I accidentally put this in front of my face while I'm talking, it's really pretty for you. Okay, all right. And I'm just going to kind of smooth that out. And that's it. And then I'm going to use a smudger brush, and this is in the silver, and it says Luminous Smudger. And I'm going to take that same color and come underneath my eye. Tap that off real good. Now, I used to tell you tap back off into the palette. And here's the thing. That does make it where you can use the palette again, but it makes for a messy palette. It's the only problem. I always wonder about the carpet below, though. And I'm going to just stamp a little bit here on my lash line just to kind of have that be darker since you put a white right at them. And there's just a very smudge lean line right there. Now you can do concealer right now. I don't know if I'm going to do any today. Should I? Sometimes for us older ladies, when you add concealer, unless it's like this. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection. This is in Fair Color 230. I use very little, and it's very thin, and that's good. So it comes out of this little brush. You just squeeze it. And I mash it on my finger rather than use the brush. You can use the brush itself. But the reason that I do that is to get less of it. I don't want a lot of product. I just mash it between my two fingers. Where's my little mirror? There it is. And there we go. I hope you can see good. And you go under like that, down into where the dark is, and then up. And just lightly bring that over and go past the eye like that. And then come down. Just bring it down. And for us who have this crease right there, that's a nice place to put some either side of the nose. Just, and right here, I call it the bulldog look. And always a little bit in these pores and on the pores in the middle of the nose. And then just pat the rest of it off. Well, that's what you're doing, by the way, is you're patting it off. You can even use the nose finger over that has nothing on it to really help bring the color down and away. Because you don't want this. You can also just, with the leftovers, fill these pores right here on either side of the nose with it. You're like, what pores? If you don't have any, you don't know what I'm talking about yet, that is wonderful. You're really enjoying life, being young and beautiful. It's the pores that get bigger as you get older, y'all. Oh my gosh. I just have to wipe this off in the palms of my hands because my makeup. I need two makeup towels. Whee! Okay, so I've done my eyes. Then they also have this beautiful pink blush, and I think that is a really good blush, and they did give you a sheet blush is what it's called. These are really good brushes, I think. I really like it. Now, when you put it down in there, the lighter colors at the top, which will put the highlighter right where you want it, right at the top. Ooh, that's pink. That's truly pink, y'all. Yeah, they have purposely made the shimmery part at the top, which that's good. And I'm going to put a little on the temples and going down and down the center of the nose. I do the center of the nose because I have found, and nobody will agree with me on this, I'm sure, I have found that it actually, just like if you got sun on your nose, and if you have a large nose like me, you will, it will actually lessen it. I know some days when I get my nose really white, it kind of makes it disappear. So I guess maybe that's what they're talking about in makeup world. Professional makeup artists. And as you can see, I am getting right here, making a line there, and making a line here, and then fizzing it out. Don't leave it as a line, you'll look stupid. But what you're doing is cutting in right under here to give yourself something besides jowls. So how's that? Did I get enough right there? Right at the hairline. Learned that from Kim Kardashian. And some of you be like, well, Kim Kardashian, hello, she's probably got the best makeup artist in the world. She can sure enough afford it. And so I would definitely listen to her because she's learned some tips from them. Don't hate on a person so much just because they're rich, y'all. She got rich because y'all are all watching her. Me too. Actually, I don't watch the Kardashians. I saw like one episode and it really disturbed me. Some of the things the mom said. I was like, you say that in front of your kids? But then she was the one that encouraged Kim to pose nude because she said it'd make her rich. And she was right. Okay, so, it's just I think it's wrong. But anyway, alright, I'm sorry that sounded judgmental. I am going to, put my eyelash curler right there, and let's bend these things. You know, when I just said that sounds judgmental, inside the church, meaning, I don't mean a building, the church body, believers in Christ, you are to be judgmental. We are to hold each other accountable. We are to